This video is sponsored by TrackLib. Have you ever heard a track that almost stopped you in your tracks? Hey, I thought of that on the spot. Let's go. And that made, even though it was beyond cheesy. Have you ever heard a track that made you want to just stop and sample it immediately, or you already instantly knew what you wanted to do with it? That's what happened right now when I found this track here on TrackLib by Anthony Valadez and Bird, which I don't think is Aaron Bird. If it is, awesome. If it's not, sorry, but amazing track. Anthony Valadez, badass, awesome KCRW DJ, as well as producer, I'm finding out now. Also Travis Holcomb on KCRW, Nina Carmel, great show with Anthony Valadez, not sponsored by them at all, but I listen to them regularly, get a lot of my inspiration from them. But check this track out. It's called Good Lookin'. Oh, I need to go to my sampler, turn this on. So this is the type of track I love sampling using regions on the MPC. I originally started using regions on the MPC 4000 because that was kind of the fastest, easiest way to chop a sample on there. And it taught me such a fun way to kind of get a sample and get it going quickly if there's a beat and maybe a bass or some keys or something like that. So I'm going to do that today with this. And again, I'm using TrackLib, which is today's video sponsor. Thank you so much, TrackLib, for sponsoring this video. I already have this here in my favorite section. I'm just going to hit download again. And while this downloads, in case you're not familiar with TrackLib, it's kind of like an online record store, but just for sampling. So they have full songs of records that actually exist in the real world that you can sample from. So I can, for example, let's say go to all tracks and check this out. Like I was able to go to my release year. I really like sampling the 60s lately, even though this track here is from 2014. But like, let's say I go to this range here and I can say track types and I want to just find some drums. What's crazy is, let's listen to this Coupe de Ville track real quick. This is just the drum multi-track. But if I go and click this multi-track, I can actually go and listen to the guitar line. Or just that organ keyboard section. I don't know what sorcery this is, but I'm down. And what's awesome about this is the way TrackLib works is, for example, this track here is license C, as well as that Anthony Valadez and Bird track I have. What license C means, you'll see it says $50. You're probably like, what the heck, man? I don't want to pay $50 to sample this. You don't have to if you're just downloading and listening to the song. But what is cool here is this category C sample. If I'm using anywhere under 2 seconds, I get a royalty split with the original artist. I give them 2% and I take 98%. In this case, I'm probably going to be using about 15 seconds. So they'll be getting 10% royalty split off of the track if I were to release it, which is so cool because sometimes I want to sample newer records, but I'm so scared and so sketched out. So this gives me a lot of flexibility in what I want to sample, who I want to sample, and kind of feels dope to, collaborate with, almost doing your own custom remix of a track using their sample legitimately. So I really applaud TrackLib for kind of heading this space and creating a way for me to be able to sample full finished songs, which has a different vibe than just sampling stems, but allowing me to sample the stems of already made songs in the past easily. So if TrackLib is something that you're interested in, please by all means do yourself a favor, use the link down in the description below to get a 30-day free trial plus 15 free download credits, which is like 3 months worth of credits. You can cancel anytime. It's super awesome and I've been using it a lot lately. And yeah, thank you TrackLib for sponsoring this video. So now that I got this sample here, let's go ahead and get it over into the MPC. I'm just going to go into menu, standalone mode. All right, so I'll just go MPC, samples, TrackLib, and I'm just doing it this way because it's the entire song. I'm taking the whole song, and I don't want to sample the whole song. It's going to take too long. All right, so now that that's in, boom, standalone mode, yes, and I think we should be good to go. So if I go to Browse, Places, SSD, Samples, we'll go to TrackLib, there it is. Yep, we'll say Open, and then Load. Wait, that just said Open, right? I'm not tripping? I'm not tripping, this thing's tripping. Okay, whatever. Hopefully it worked. Sample edit. I want to just take 4 bars or 2 bars when using regions, mainly because I want to limit myself to 16 or 32 slices. So I kind of want to sample the main groove. I do like having some vocals in there. I find that having vocals in a track, especially something that's kind of sample chopped up and like housey and dancey, which is what we're going to turn this into, adds something else the listener can kind of grab onto. So I can kind of see that this is here. Okay, yeah, that's basically exactly where I want. Oh, I barely missed that. Cool. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and boom. Okay, cool. So you can stop. I want that to be about right here. Right there. That's the last kick I want. That bump. But that's the beginning of the next, the 5th bar, I guess you can say, which I don't want. So go to endpoint. And also turn 0 snap on. I'm just playing the part I don't want. And then if I go back to the beginning, awesome. I'm going to process this. I don't want to discard it just because I want to keep the sample in case I want something else later. I'm just going to extract this as a new sample. We'll call this lookin', do it. And now I can go here and look at our lookin' sample. So this is exactly 4 bars. Program, trim. Oh my God, what have I done? Trim, here, regions, 16. Check this. Right, this is cool, but I want the hi-hat. I want control over the hi-hat. Right, call me a control freak. That lands with that keys. I think that's going to sound kind of cool too. So I'm going to set this to 32 regions. If you're doing 2 bars, set it to 16. If you're doing 4 bars, set it to 32. If you're making music, having fun, don't listen to me, do whatever you want. There are no rules. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting carried away. Where are we? We are at regions 32, chopped it up. Awesome. We're here. Yes. And now I want to convert this to a new drum program using slices, non-destructive slice, which is still crazy to me because before I used to have to do new program with new samples and crop and just destroy everything and there was no going back. So new samples, non-destructive mode. We'll go ahead and do this. We go to our main menu. Program 1, we'll have it be, whoa, I spelled that way wrong. Lookinch. See how I can play this fast? And it still kind of has the same vibe, right? But then check this out, you play it backwards. Right? You see what I'm saying? Oh! Do you see what I am saying, my friend? This is why I love sampling like this. And if you come up with a crazy chop, I mean, the easiest chop for me, you also have Bank B. What is so crazy? Oh, man. Isn't life amazing? Look at this, dude. The way this works, the thing that's crazy about this too, I keep saying this is crazy. I'm procrastinating on saying this. This is how I do a lot of my really crazy sample house chopped up music that sounds so intense and like, what is he doing? But it's such a simple technique that is so powerful if you find the proper sample. Because I didn't know what this was going to sound like until right now, which is probably why I'm so juiced up on this. But when I heard this, I've done this so many times that I was like, oh man, there's a simple boons, cats, that chopped up, boons, cats, boons, cats. I already heard that. Hearing the simplicity of the keys, a little bass line back there, I knew exactly where this was going to go. But I can't tell you enough, there has been countless times where I have tried to do this and the sample just does not work out. So don't be discouraged after doing it 1 or 2 times. You have to do it like 10, 20 times and you'll eventually find that one that really works and gets you amped up. And then you can start recognizing the pattern of what it's going to sound like after you sample it. So the other thing that's nuts with this type of sampling is your kicks are always here. The hi-hats are always here. And then your snares are always here. So if you're just playing in the order of the song, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you can start mixing it up. You can go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 or 1 and 2. Right? You can just do whatever the hell you want. Got a mustache hair in there. Then you take this and do this crazy trick I do on the octave track, I do it on the rhythm. You can do this on any sampler. Because the samples are sliced at every single transient, no matter what you do to the sample, pitch-wise, when you stretch it, if you don't warp it, when you pitch it down, it's going to play slower, and when you pitch it up, it's going to pitch faster, but the transients will always land. So if we go to our menu, program edit, and we change the semitones down to like, let's say 5, and we go back, you know what I'm saying? Now let's go back to B, or A. Oh, that is cool. You just kind of find the pattern in there, right? Right? Do you get it? I know you get it. Do I get it? Yes, I do. This is so... Anthony Valadez. Yo, tight track, man. This thing is dope. So then if I wanted to apply this to an actual track, the crazy thing here is because I know this is so crazy because I keep saying crazy. What's nuts is because the drums are there, the hi-hat's there, it doesn't take much to get it somewhere. And some of the craziest, most awesome songs in history, when you break them down and look at them, you're like, that's all they did? They probably made that in like 5 minutes. And in some cases they did. But of course, it does take some time and effort to really massage it into something really dope. So let's see if I can just go ahead and kind of wreck this. Like if I were to go back and we go to our drum kits and I just load my rough drums, which is one of my favorite just default kind of sounds that I've made on here. Rough drums here. Let's just do this one, right? And we'll just say, cool. How many bars is this? 4 bars? Let's just do 2 bars. I don't want to bore you. And I'll take the... Right, so then we can say, okay, here's another helpful tip. Let me just find a chop that I like. Ow. Let's see. It takes a second. Nah. Okay, cool. Let's say I like that. But say this is hard to play in tempo with the kick drum. One thing I used to do all the time is if you go and edit your tracks to all and you just set this to note on. Note on means the sample will only play when your finger's holding down the note, but as soon as you let go, it turns off. So if you just go and tap these in, like, right? So the sample I wanted to play was, right? So let me just go ahead and lay that in, and I'm also going to turn the tempo down just to kind of help me land this a bit better. Right, then we can turn this back up. I actually want this to be like 117, kind of like a chill groove. And then you go back to your program edit and set this to one shot. I actually don't like that little double hit. What if I do it really low? Nope, don't like it, so. And then you can start messing around with the pitch. And remember that all is still selected. We'll go here. Set this to end. Not bad, not bad. So I want that, but I want it to be pitched down. Again, I need to remember that all is still selected. I just want to select the current, which is this one here. Go to our sample, and I want to slice or pitch this down. Envelope, we'll just turn the volume down. So this is cool. This clap kind of blends in with what's happening right now, right? So we'll say, all right, mess that up, but we can go and just fix that. So now if we go back to track 1 and I go to my program edit and we set this back to all, that kick still stays there. Oh man, did I just record all this automation? Say this is cool, right? We'll go here, sequence 1, we want to copy this over. So we'll just go ahead and copy the sequence over to sequence 2, that's fine. Go back to this main loop here, and I'm gonna go ahead and erase this. So now we just have our bass drum, and we can find the next loop that we like, which I think was, yeah, that's cool. Whoa! Okay, I got it, my bad. It's, what? Where was it? There it is. Same thing, go back to our program edit. Same thing, menu or main, copy this sequence. We're gonna go here, track 2. We're just gonna go ahead and erase the drums. So I want to erase this kick. That's cool. 16 levels, we'll do velocity. I talked about this in the last sample style video that I did, how important having a ride is. This video, in case you're interested. That here, this one just kind of keeps the groove going, right? But you can flip this and make it really head knocking if you start with the loud velocity and then move to the quiet one. Let's see. Yeah, that's tight. Same thing, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this over. We'll turn off 16 levels. I'm gonna enable 16 levels here. Oh, see? Perfect example. I just destroyed everything because I still had it set to all. So whatever. I'm gonna go back here. What program do I want to listen to? This program here. Menu, program edit. But you get the idea. You lower it down. You go to the one without the kick. You go to menu, you start bringing that back up. I'm gonna leave it here. Yo, I appreciate you a lot. Uh-oh, low battery. Perfect timing. Anyway, I appreciate you coming by. Shout out TrackLib. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video and allowing me to continue doing what I love to do. I appreciate you a lot. And yeah, thanks for coming by. Use the link down below in case you're interested. And I'll see you next week. Hope you're having an amazing year. I appreciate you more than you know. Seriously. And yeah, until then, you already know the drill. Share the love, share the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Peace. Ugh. No, that didn't work. That did not work at all. Let's try that again. From the top. Let's just go full like Theo, Moody Man. Now I can't mention their name. No way. I'm nowhere near as talented as they are. But they'll do this like, just kind of bring it down. Right? Then they'll just go to the main. Where's that? The pad mixer. I forget where pad mixer's at. Program edit. And then they'll just kind of fade it out, which is beautiful. It's so distorted.